Hey there guys, what's going on? Today we've got another video on our best class setups in Modern Warfare series. With the most recent update in Modern Warfare, there was a series of weapon balances that impacted several guns in this game. The one we're looking at today has always been sort of a sleeper pick in my opinion, mostly because it hasn't actually been that powerful previously. But I feel like this most recent update's actually given the M13 a chance to shine. The M13 is now a beastly pick for sure. Like, I've always been interested in the fire rate of this gun. It's one of the fastest firing weapons in the game, but it previously had poor damage and range to account for it. With the recent buffs to its damage range, recoil, and headshot damage, I feel like this is a very powerful weapon in this game now. Have they tuned it too much? Probably not. But they definitely made it more competitive and sort of in line a little bit with some of the other assault rifles. Like you probably would have seen those videos that are like, the M13 is OP as shit now. It's the most powerful gun in the whole game. It's not like that. It's not actually that powerful. It's definitely fun to use and it's way better than it was before, but it's not probably the best gun in the game. It's still good though, so make sure you do test it out for yourself. But before we jump into the class that we've got here, let's try and get this video to 6 likes. The support has been absolutely massive recently. Like, I think we just passed 387 subscribers, which is definitely 100 more since I started uploading the Modern Warfare videos, which is absolutely crazy to me. That's unbelievable. So make sure you do hit that subscribe button with those notifications turned on so you don't miss any more of my videos. Plus, tell a friend if you did find this one helpful. It'd really help me out. Like, if every single person who watched this video told 2 friends about it, our audience would probably be bigger than the number of people who went to my high school. That'd be wild to me. That'd be insane. So let's talk about the class that we've got going on here. So starting with our sidearm perks and grenade choices here, I've got the 357 snake shot just in case I need a really great close-up weapon. We've set it up with these attachments here, which are the 357 long barrel, the 5mm laser, the lightweight trigger, the snake shot ammunition, and the stippled grip tape, of course. Perk 1, I always use EOD so we don't die to those random C4s. We die to the next one they throw instead, which is actually a really good trade. Like, if you manage to take 2 of somebody's C4s, you've already taken away like half of their utility, which is pretty good. So EOD is a very good perk in this game. Perk 2, I'm a big kill chain fan. Getting those high kill streaks off smaller ones is really satisfying in this game. You can also run Ghost to keep you off the UAVs if you aren't interested in that kill chain. Perk 3, of course, is Battle Hardened. I just hate how overpowered the stuns and flashes are in this game. Like, they're just so busted, so this perk helps slightly. Doesn't do an amazing job, but it's sort of the best option that we can pick at the moment. Lethal is the C4, and the Tactical is the Stim Shot, which is the real sweaty lads option. Right, so our attachments start with the muzzle slot, and we've got 2 options here, the compensator and the monolithic suppressor, as always. In my testing of both of these attachments, I feel like both of these are very usable. Like most weapons in the game, the M13 really does enjoy the range improvements that the monolithic suppressor provides. Like, damage range, sound suppression, really good. But the recoil control from the compensator is always going to be hard to beat with a weapon that just has a little bit of kick. Like, even with the recent recoil buffs, it's still got a little bit of kick, which makes those medium range engagements a little bit tricky sometimes. So with the compensator, it really does help it out. This is basically damage range and sound suppression versus recoil control. These are both excellent attachments for this gun. And, like, extending the 5-shot kill range out as far as you can is always going to be a positive, but it's sort of hard to go past making a gun a laser where you can. So for the sake of the video, we've gone with the compensator just for the recoil control boost, but this is of course up to you. So do test this out for yourself. Compensator versus monolithic suppressor, this is up to you. In the barrel slot, we've gone with the Tempest Marksman. This is that barrel for the M13. The damage range, the bullet velocity, and the recoil control. This attachment turns this gun into an absolute monster. Like, again, you'll always want to extend your kill range out as far as you can go, but the Tempest Marksman also allows us to stay on target much more easily. This is a great combination with either the compensator or the monolithic suppressor. This will definitely help you get those bullets on target. Like, it makes it much easier to hit those shots, and I feel like the other barrel options are a little bit lackluster. Like, you got the Tempest Mini, which is the aim down sight speed, movement speed variant, and of course you've got the sound suppression and bullet velocity with the Tempest Cyclone. So neither of these do too much for our range, but whereas the Tempest Marksman actually sort of makes us a little bit more effective further out. So this is the one that we choose, basically. Like, this is the barrel that you do need. It's very rare that you'd pass over this kind of barrel on most weapons, and the M13 is no exception. So in the barrel slot, we've got the Tempest Marksman. We've skipped over the laser slot, but an argument can definitely be made for the TAC laser. It's one of my favorite attachments at the moment. Like, this aim down sight speed, aiming stability, and aim walking steadiness. It turns the gun into it turns most guns into a laser, basically. Like, I love it a lot, but sort of you're basically competing with the optic slot. Basically, the iron sights, in my opinion, aren't super great on this gun, so this is sort of your choice here. If you do prefer, like, if you're okay with the iron sights, you can definitely rock the TAC laser, but if you don't like them, we'll talk about that in a sec. As I was saying, in the optic slot, we've gone with the GI Mini Reflex. This is my favorite sight in this game. It's always so clean and unobstructive. I'm not a massive fan of the iron sights on the M13, like I said. They're not the easiest to look through, so I've definitely swapped it out. But again, you can always swap this out for a tack laser if you don't actually mind the iron sights. Like, keep in mind, an optic will always decrease your aim down sight speed, but we do have attachments to sort that out. So the choice is yours with these two. So the laser and the GI Mini Reflex or the optic slot are basically interchangeable. So if you do go optic, you drop that laser. If you do go laser, you drop that optic. In the stock slot, we've gone with the no stock option. I've actually been loving the no stock option a lot more recently, and the gunsmith is always about finding balance in your attachments. So with the recoil control from the compensator and the marksman barrel, we've got some control to spare. This is where the no stock comes in, basically with the movement speed and the aim down sight speed at the cost of a little bit of control. We've definitely balanced this out enough with our other choices, so this is a really, really strong option here. This does really let you use your high fire rate on this gun to be way more aggressive. This is a really powerful attachment in this game, especially for this gun. Really lets you be super aggressive and mobile. We've, of course, skipped the perk slot. I feel like sleight of hand would be only one of the choices here. The rest are a little bit mediocre on this gun. But we've skipped over this in favor of making a gun more powerful. Like, the reload time on the M13 isn't super noticeable. Like, it's not massively long, like aggressively long, like some of the LMGs can be. Like, I don't think sleight of hand is really necessary here. We've also skipped over the underbarrel and the ammunition slots. I feel like we don't really need anything in either of these slots. You'll be gaining recoil control bonuses or more bullets to shoot at the bad guys. Like, we've covered recoil control already with the commentator and the marksman barrel, so I feel like an underbarrel would mostly be a bit over the top. Plus, I think 30 bullets is fine for the M13. You can always swap this out. I guess you could swap this out in the same little triangle with the optic and the laser. So if you don't like either of the two options, you add more bullets, basically. This is, of course, again, up to you and personal preference mostly. And lastly, in the grip tape slot, we've gone with the stippled of grip tape. And the aim down sight speed and sprint to fire speed is just so good on this weapon. Like, really, really powerful on pretty much every gun in the game. It's always hard to pass this over. In my classes, I typically go with the longest barrel. Like, if I do go with the longest barrel, rather, I'll usually run the stippled grip tape. Like, it really does negate the negatives of a heavy barrel, so it is a really good combination. So do keep that in mind when you're building your classes in the future. But yeah, I do love the stippled grip tape on this gun in combination with the no stock. You aim down sight really, really quickly. This is a very powerful combo here. So this is our complete class setup here. All the attachments that I've chosen have been picked with a specific purpose in mind. Everything here makes the M13 a really powerful option that can definitely compete with the other assault rifles and other guns in this game. I'm loving all the weapon balancing that we've seen recently, and it really does help keep the game fresh and interesting. I love testing out those new things, so make sure if you did enjoy this one at all and this class did help you out, make sure you do leave a like and do subscribe if you are new around here and you haven't done it already. It only takes 2 clicks to make my day. We're really, really close to 400 subs now. If you can get us there, I'll be absolutely so grateful. Like, absolutely wild. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.